guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video. I am so excited to be filming this video today, and as you can tell by the title, by the thumbnail, this is going to be a huge book haul of 28 books. And I love hauls, I love filming hauls, I love buying books, but I don't happen to buy a lot of books at once often. That doesn't happen often at all. That only happens, to be honest, once a year now when I go to the UK to buy books, especially at the works because it's so cheap. And yes, that happened. As you know, I recently went to Edinburgh with one of my best friends as our yearly friend trip slash book buying trip, and I bought home 28 books, which is a fair amount of books. I feel like last year I brought home 48 books, but that was a little bit unhinged. It was when I started collecting books and I was just like, I want that one, I want that one, and I just couldn't control myself. So I brought home 48 books last year, and then this year I was like, because I still have like 15 books from last year that I still need to read, something like that. So this year I was like, no, I want to hold myself back a little bit, especially since we're also in renovations and all of our money goes through house things and renovations. So I didn't want to spend as much as last year, but I ended up buying 28 books. And I feel like that's a good amount. I am proud of myself for holding myself back. Anyway, in this video, we're gonna go through all of the 28 books that I bought, and I'm going to show them all to you. We're gonna talk about it. I'm not going to talk about every individual book very long because there are 28 books, and if I talk 2 minutes about every book, this video is going to be way too long. But I will mention every book that I bought. I will show them to you, we'll talk about it, and yeah, let's just go into it. I'm so excited. I hope you are as well. I have 4 stacks of books here, and I'm going to show every single book that's on there. By the way, I shopped at multiple stores, but mostly at the Works, since the Works is just super cheap. So I think I bought 90% of the books there, but I also bought a book at Topping, a book at Waterstones, and a book at the Book Lovers Bookshop. But I'll just start with everything from the Works, and then in the end I'll finish with the 3 books from those other stores. Alrighty then, let's start with the first book, which is one that I've been wanting to read for a while, and it is The Romcommers by Katherine Center. And the friend that I went to Edinburgh with, I think she read Romcommers and other books by Katherine Center, and she was super excited about it. She loved it, so she told me that I just had to buy this, and I was pretty curious myself. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so had to take this home with me, and it was only £3. Honestly, I'm so amazed by these prices. I probably say that a few more times in this video, but £3 for this book, and it's not too thick. I am going to take a look how many pages it is. It is 317 pages and just a normal font size, so I feel like this is going to be an easy, quick, fun little read, and I'm excited. The next one is a book that I have been wanting to read for a while as well, especially since it's the 3rd part in a series, and I've already read the first 2 parts and I loved it. And it's Lost and Lassoed by Lyla. I absolutely adored the other books in the, what's this series called? Rebel Blue Range series, and the others were called Wild and Wrangled. No, that's going to be the 4th one. Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled, and then indeed Wild and Wrangled is going to be the 4th one. I think that will come out within the next few months. Yeah, oh, next month, April 15. But I haven't read the 3rd part yet, and I really liked the first 2. I just love cowboy romance, and for me this is as good as Elsie Silver books, I would say. Nearly as good, so somewhere close. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to it. Also not a very thick book, so this will just be an easy, fun little read, and it has 321 pages and £4, by the way. Then a book that wasn't on my list. I think most of the books that I bought at the Works were already on my list. I created such a long list before we went to Edinburgh with books that I really wanted to look for, and I didn't end up buying a lot of books that weren't on that list, but the 3rd book wasn't on the list. And it's Love at First Flight by Jo Watson, and this was in the £3, £4, £6 section. I think I only bought this one, so that means that this book was £2.50. Super duper cheap, and it looked really fun. And I remember that the Goodreads ratings were very high, I think above 4, which is very high for a contemporary romance, and it just looks so cute. So I had to take it home with me. I did already read this and I really liked it. It was just everything I expected it to be, just fun, light, not the best, most amazing book I've ever read. I wasn't blown away with it, but it was just a really fun read and I had a really good time reading this. So everything I hoped it would be. So I really liked this one, and it was £2.50 or something like that. Next up, I bought 4 books by the same author, and to be honest, I have never really read a book by this author, but I just had to buy it because I hear so many good things about this author and her books, and I think I really like the books. I think I'm really going to like them, so I just had to buy them. And the author I'm talking about is Bonam-Young, and these are the first 2 books that I bought because this is a series. And Next to You and then Next of Kin, I don't even know which is the first one, to be honest. Anyway, these are the first 2 books in a series, and I don't think there are any other books in this series. I don't even think that they're coming. I feel like this is a finished series. Anyway, Next to You and Next of Kin look so cute. The spines look really cute, and then the covers as well. And these were also both in the £3 for £6 section, so really cheap. I just had to buy them, and I'm very curious to see if I'm going to like these books. I really hope so. I think so. And if I like books by this author. And then the other books I bought are Out on a Limb and Out of the Woods. Out on a Limb, I've heard so many good things about. I know this is a 5-star read for so many people. So I don't think it's gonna be like the light, fluffy romance, contemporary romance that we are used to. I feel like this is going to be a little bit extra. And it's a book that really impressed people. So I really wanted to take this home with me, and it was also in the £3 for £6 section, as you can tell. So there was no way I could leave this at the store. There's no way. And then the other book in that series is Out of the Woods. I think this is a fairly new release. I think this is only out for 2 months, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this one is a little bit more expensive because it has sprayed edges. Look how cute this is, like a little campfire. Absolutely adorable. They also had an edition without sprayed edges, but if you can go for sprayed edges, why wouldn't you want it? It's just way cuter. I do know that Out on a Limb has a pregnancy trope. I believe like it's a surprise pregnancy, but I'm not sure about that. I don't always like pregnancy tropes, to be honest, in romance books, but I feel like that is the case for a lot of people, and still many people love this book. So I have to give it a go, and I had to buy this sprayed edges version of Out on the Woods to continue the series immediately when I want to. And also, these 4 look so cute together. They're not like identical because the author's name is smaller on these 2, but they all 4 have like a little symbol over there and the same font for the title, and it looks just so cute. Absolutely adorable. So I had to buy all of these. Yay. Then a book that was very high on my list, and this was a book that I just really wanted to read this year, and it's Quicksilver. It's the book I'm currently reading. Here's the dust jacket. I feel like 60% in, maybe 70%, and I just had to have this. I just had to have this. And at the works, it was only £14, so I had to take it home with me. I'm currently reading it. I do have the dust jacket. It's the original dust jacket. Like, this cover is the original cover, but I must say I very dislike this cover. No, I would never put this on my bookshelves. I'm so sorry. There's just no way. I love the silver foil, but that's all I can say about this cover. But I don't think many people know this, but a lot of the hardcovers with this jacket have a reversible one, and this is the reversible one. So I really do like this, and this I would put on my bookshelf. So I just bought this one with the reversible dust jacket, and I can't wait to find a nice good place for it on my new shelves, which aren't installed yet now, but they will be in the next few months. So this was a very anticipated read for me, and I'll talk about it in an upcoming vlog, I think. But so far I really like it. So far I really do. and it's absolutely gorgeous with the silver foil. And then another cowboy romance, because I love those. And this looks so cute. It's called Training the Heart by Paisley Hope, and this is a second book in a series. There is a part 1, so I need to go and get that before I can read this, but it looked so cute. And the friend that I was with, Sana, she did read the first one and she really liked it, so that if she likes it, I feel like 96-97% of the time I like the book as well. So I feel like this is gonna go well. I feel like I'm gonna like the first one. And how cute does this look? And this edition has sprayed edges, and not just purple ones, but there are small roses on the sprayed edges, and it looks so pretty. So this was £5, had to take it home with me, and I for sure will be getting the first part soon so I can actually read this. And by the way, talking about cowboy romances, I thought it would be really cute to do a reading vlog in the near future where I only read cowboy romances, because I have a few that I still need to read, like this series, Lost and Lassoed, and we're gonna get to another cowboy romance later. Let's just do that now. Oh, it's literally at the bottom of the next stack of books. Okay, so I did get another cowboy romance, and this was also so high on my list, and while we were in Edinburgh, this book was released, so we had to go and get it, and it's Wild Side by Elsie Silver. She is the queen of cowboy romance to me. I love all of her books, literally, yeah. I feel like there was one in the Chestnut Spring series that I didn't really like. I feel like it was the 4th one, maybe. All of her other books I really liked, and this was released while we were there, so we just had to go and get it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I love this green color, and in Edinburgh I was wearing a jacket in this exact same color, so I was matching with this book. I can't wait to read this. So let me know if I should do like a cowboy romance reading vlog. I feel like that would be so much fun, like reading only cowboy romances back to back. Let me know. Then I bought The Enemy by Sarah Adams, and also The Match by Sarah Adams. So The Match is the first one in the series, and then The Enemy is the second book in the series. I have no clue where I left my copy of The Match, but I already did read it, so that's probably why it's lost somewhere in the moving boxes, separated from all of these other books. But I loved it. I honestly loved The Match so much. It was so cute. It had such a unique trope where the match was actually about matching service dogs to humans, and I just loved that trope. It was so cute, so adorable, so wholesome. Absolutely adored it. So I bought that one, and obviously the second one, book in the series. These books I've seen so many times at bookstores in the Netherlands, but I always felt like they're fairly thin, and I just always felt like 15 euros or something like that. I don't know if it's worth it, but I would say, now that I've read The Match, I would say it's worth it, because it was such a cute book. But this, I paid $3.50 for both of the books, and for that amount of money, absolute god tier. Really like The Match, and I can't wait for this book, to read this book, and it looks so cute. And then another romance series, and a college sport romance series, where I bought the 3rd and the 4th book in the series. I do already have the first and the second one. I only read the first one, haven't read the second yet, but I still needed these two to complete the series. To be honest, I don't even remember a lot of the first book, but I do remember that I really liked it and that I wanted to continue the series. So maybe I should just do that. I don't know. Anyway, I need to read the second book in the series, but I feel like I'm going to like it, and since it's so cheap in the UK and in the works, I just had to take the 3rd and the 4th book home with me. These were both, oh, they had a different pricing. This was £3 and this was £3.50, so super cheap. And how cute does this look? Then I also just had to take home with me these 4 novellas in the Shatter Me series. Last year, when Sana and I were in London on our book buying trip, I bought the box set for the novels, and I remember that Sana also bought the novella box set, and I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to buy a 9-book series if I haven't read the first book, and I don't even know if I'm going to like it. But a few months ago I read Shatter Me, and I absolutely loved it, And then there was a problem because these novellas are in between every single book, I feel like. So after the first one, I already had to read a novella. So I couldn't continue the series until I bought those. So when we were in Edinburgh, I saw this box set again and I just had to take it home with me. I already read the first one, Unite Me, or no, this is actually 2 novellas. Yeah, Destroy Me and Fracture Me, and I did read Destroy Me so that I can now continue with the second novel in the series, which is Unravel Me, I feel like. And I really liked it again, especially for a novella. Really liked it. So I'm happy to be able to continue the series now. And I have so many to read because I have 4 novels and then 3.5 of these books to go. But that's okay because I really like it so far. And I'm just really excited to read the rest of the series. And also, for me, this series is such an easy read. Like, I fly through these books. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem reading 9 books of this series. I just really like it so far. Let's go through another run of my very anticipated books that I really wanted to buy in the UK, in Edinburgh, and especially because, no, I wanted to buy it anyways, but the sprayed edges made it even better, made it go even higher on my list. And it's First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I've never read a book by this author, but I've always really wanted to read books by this author, and just seeing how gorgeous this cover is, I had to buy it with the pink foil and then on the sides as well, on the spine, and the sprayed edges. How amazing do these sprayed edges look? I just had to have it, and I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this book. It's about a podcast, I would say, or radio host. That's what I thought. Interview. Yeah, I feel like it's something to do with radio. It says, oh yeah, romance hotline on air. And I always really like romances like that. So I feel like this is gonna be a no-brainer for me, and I'm really going to like this. I honestly, now that I'm talking about it, I can't wait to read this. This might be my next read, because now that I'm reading Quicksilver, I really want to read something light and fluffy after that. Something a little bit more easy. This might be my next read, but not sure. I'm such a mood reader, this could change. Anyway, this was also a newer release. I think it was out for a couple of weeks when we were in Edinburgh, and it was £6. But I love this cover. It's so gorgeous. I can't wait to read it. I didn't buy a lot of romance books when we were in the UK, mostly because I feel like the works doesn't have like a huge stack of fantasy books. And the ones they do have, I mostly already read, but I did end up finding Twin Crowns. And I know I feel like this is more of a young adult fantasy series, but I just really wanted to give it a go. I've heard about this. I feel like it's not everyone's favorite fantasy series, but some people thought it was fun. So I just really wanted to give it a go. And since it was only £4, I felt like this was the perfect opportunity to give it a go and just try it out. Ooh, there's a Polaroid picture of our travel and a sticker that I bought. I forgot about that. Yay. Anyway, I just really want to give it a go, and I figured this was the perfect opportunity now that it was only £4. So yeah, I'm really curious about this book. I am really curious if I'm going to like it. I see that the font is really big. So this might be like a quick read. We're gonna see about that. It looks cute though, and it's probably a trilogy since there are 2 other books on the cover. I don't know. I just really wanted to try this. Then another one of my high anticipated releases for this year. It was out this year, right? Or was it already 2024? I don't know. Anyway, a book that I really wanted to buy in the UK is The Striker by Anna Huang. I really like her books. Not all of them. I feel like the Twisted series I did like, but wasn't blown away with it. But what I did like was the King of Sin series. Absolutely devoured that, and I can't wait for the 5th book, which is coming out very soon, maybe in April or something like that. Anyway, very soon. But I also really wanted to read this book, The Striker, because this character, it's about Asher Donovan, and he has been mentioned in Anna Huang's other books so many times, especially in the 4th book of the King of Sin series, where his PR agent is the female main character. So he's mentioned quite a few times, and it made me really curious to read about his story and how he's going to find love, which he probably will in his book. And I believe the cover is so gorgeous as well with the purple foil. I love this. So this will look so pretty in my book, on my bookshelves. I do remember now, it was released last year, because I actually at first wanted to buy the Barnes & Noble special edition when I was in San Diego in October. It was like dark purple, whereas this is light purple, but I almost bought it, except for the fact that it was slightly bigger, and I hate it when my romance books are slightly bigger. I want them all to be this small size. I don't mind when fantasy books are bigger, because that happens more, but I just want all of my books in this size, and I think the Striker was in like the US size or something like that. I don't know. I just really wanted this one. So I ended up not buying it in San Diego, and I did end up buying it in Edinburgh when we were there. And then another very cute romance, which is The Slowest Burn by Sarah Chamberlain. How cute does this look? How gorgeous is this cover with the sunset? I absolutely love it. And I did see this before we went to Edinburgh. I did see it on TikTok, and I was already excited about it. I think a lot of people like this. I remember me seeing something like that. And because of that, it was on my list to take home with me. So when we saw it, this was a no-brainer. I just had to buy it. I think Sana bought it as well. It just looks so cute. It's so cute, and it makes me really curious to actually read the story. Yeah, I don't remember how expensive this was, but I feel like it must have been something like £3, maybe £4, something like that. But it just looks absolutely gorgeous and cute and pretty, and I just love it. It's right up my alley. Then I do have one more romance that I bought, or two actually, but one more that I bought at the works, which is Foxglove. Last year I bought Belladonna. Did I buy Belladonna when we were there? Yeah, I feel like I bought it then. Anyway, read it last year, and I really liked it, like the gothic dark vibes. I loved it. So I really want to read the next book in that series, which is Foxglove, and I also think there's a 3rd book in the series, Wisteria. So yeah, I just had to buy this, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Again, I love the Belladonna cover, and I love this one again. It's so pretty. So this was on my list. I had to take it home with me. I can't wait to read this and to find out how the story continues, and to have all those gothic spooky vibes again. I don't read a lot of books like that, but I did really enjoy it when I read Belladonna. We have 2 more books from the works, and first one of those 2 is another cute romance, and it's called Not in My Book by Katie Holt, and it has these really beautiful sprayed edges. We were so lucky, by the way, when we got to the works in beginning of March, because January was Spreaduary for the works. I feel like they called it that, Spreaduary. Like January, they just released a lot of sprayed edge books. First Time Color, I don't even remember all of the other books, but Not in My Book was one of them, and it's a simple sprayed edge. It's only a colored sprayed edge, but it looks really cute and really pretty with this book, especially since the blue color comes back onto the cover. Anyway, just another really cute romance. Not in My Book. This one was a little more expensive than the other romances because it has sprayed edges, so it was £5.50. But to be honest, like all of these romance books, I don't even know with some of them what they're about. I feel like that's a hot take. Anyway, I don't know what all of these romance books are about, but I feel like I'm going to like them. And I saw these on TikTok, I saw other people talk about it, I saw how other people enjoyed them, so I feel like this is just gonna be, these are all gonna be like fluffy, easy reads that I just really enjoy. Like perfect palette cleansers after fantasy books or thrillers that are a little bit more heavy. I feel like these are just gonna be very enjoyable. So I'm really excited about this book. Not in My Book by Katie Holt. And then the last book also has an amazing sprayed edge, and the book is called The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I did read the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Did I read the last book in that series? I think I did. And I really enjoyed the whole series, but I haven't read any of her other books. and this has been out for a while, I feel like. And then I saw this sprayed edge. How cute does this look? It looks like a videotape, and this was an exclusive sprayed edge for the works. I think the other ones are as well, but I saw a different sprayed edge in Waterstones, and I feel like this one is just so much more pretty. It's absolutely gorgeous. The spine is also really gorgeous, like a videotape. This cover is just top tier to me. Such a great design. So, and knowing that I really liked the other books of Holly Jackson, I am really curious about this book. And yeah, we're just gonna read it. We're gonna see. I'm excited about this. And it was £5.50. So these were all of the 25 books that I bought at the works, but I bought 3 more books at different stores. So we also went to Topping, where we filmed a video, which is called An App Decides Which Books We Buy, where we let an app decide on the prompts, and based on the prompts that the app picked, which were 3 prompts, we had to find a book that had all of those 3 requirements. And as you can see in that video, I ended up with this book, The Kiss of Deception. It's so gorgeous, and it's written by Mary E. Pearson, and she also wrote what's it called? Vow of Thieves? What's it called? Dance of Thieves. And Vow of Thieves. That's the second book in the series. I haven't read those books yet, but I know a lot of people love them, and I just really like this cover, and I did really like the description on the back. So I feel like this was the perfect book to come up with after that challenge, because I really wanted to go with a book that I didn't really know yet, that I didn't know a lot about, and that was just new to me, and this book definitely was new. And the cover is so gorgeous, and I'm really hoping I like this, because the other 2 books in the series have blue and purple spines. So that's just gorgeous. That is perfectly looking on my bookshelves. So yeah, we're gonna read this, and we're gonna see if I like it, what my rating will be. I am very curious about this one. I have very high hopes. Then we went to the Book Lovers bookstore, a bookshop, on our last day, and I didn't buy anything there except for a blind date with a book, which I unboxed and packed in the Edinburgh vlogs. And it's this book, Bossman by V. Keeland. I did already read this book 2 years ago, but I have to say, I don't remember a lot of it. When I unpacked this, I did remember V. Keeland, and I remembered that I read books by her, but I didn't remember this specific books. When I read like the description on the back, I do remember that I read it, but I don't know anything else about it. So I feel like this is still a surprise. I am going to read it for the second time. I feel like this deserves a second read. So we're just gonna see. Especially since I like the description on the blind date with the book so much. I feel like I would really like this a second time around. And I would probably remember it more than I did the first time. So yeah, that's the book that I took home with me from Book Lovers Bookshop in a blind date with a book. And then there's only 1 book left that I bought in Edinburgh, and this is a good one. It's such a good one. I bought this at Waterstones, and like I said, I was controlling myself a little bit to not buy as much books as last year, and especially not hardcovers since they are more heavy and we had to fly home. I did buy Quicksilver, obviously, so that was my 1 hardcover. But then we went to Waterstones, and there was a table with a book, and I just eyeballed that book so hard because it was absolutely gorgeous. I saw this sprayed edge. How pretty is this? So I was sold solely based on this sprayed edge. The book is called Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, and I do know that this is a newer release, because when I picked up this book and read the description, I was like, wait, I actually heard about this book. I really want to read this. It's a new release, and it's about 2 people that find each other again in every single lifetime for not even decades. I feel like hundreds and hundreds of years. And that's such an interesting trope to me, so I'm really curious to read about this. But the fact that it was so gorgeous just had me sold. I mean, not only the sprayed edges, but these end papers. This is right up my alley. This is what I mean when I say I like colorful books. This is exactly what I mean. I mean, it's still mostly black. You guys know that I don't like to buy books that have black covers, but just the color explosion onto this and the sprayed edge. I'm gonna put it in on my bookshelves like this. I feel like it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really curious to read this book because I feel like the story might be really good. I saw some people on TikTok that really loved it. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. Oh, one more thing, I also bought a sticker at the Book Lovers bookshop. It says slow burn. How cute is this, with a box of matches? Just had to show you that. I also bought 2 other books, but I bought those for a friend. It was Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I sent her a picture of the works and all of the books that they had there, and I asked her, do you want me to take home something for you? And she was like, yes please, Six of Crows. But then I also had to take home Crooked Kingdom for her, obviously, since I really liked Six of Crows and I think she will like it too, and I just can't wait to read Crooked Kingdom at the same time that she's reading it. We could do a little buddy read. So I brought those 2 books home as well, but they're not for myself. Anyway, those are all the 20 books that I bought while we were in Edinburgh. I love all of these books. I feel like this is a much better score than last year, because last year I was just a little bit unhinged with the 48 books, and when I came home last year, I already forgot about half of the books, and that wasn't supposed to happen. And this year, I'm so excited about all of these books. There's not one book that I feel less excited about. There are obviously some books that I'm even more excited about, but there's not one book that I feel like, maybe I shouldn't have bought that, or maybe that's just not really a priority to me. I really want to read all of these books, and I want to read them now. That's not going to happen, of course. It's gonna take months, but I'm just really excited, and that's what it comes down to for me. So these are all the books that I bought. I love talking about these books. I love showing them to you, and I loved obviously buying them and taking them home with me. I am not going to do a book haul for a very long time, probably, because this just doesn't happen a lot, me buying as much books, but I did really enjoy doing it this time, and I hope you did too. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Doei!